In the year 2070, on a hot summer day in Tokyo, all things suddenly come to a stop. The sky darkens, alarms blare, and the city experiences a technological apocalypse. As the electronics shut off and all signals get scrambled, an ominous figure looms over the city streets, silently performing its unstoppable attack. These are the opening moments to Shingu, Secret of the Stellar Wars, a classic sci-fi anime aired on Japanese broadcast stations in May of 2001, later to be dubbed in English by Funimation and aired on their channel in March of 2008. Directed and written by Tatsuo Sato, famous for the charming Martian successor Nadesico, the surreal cat soup, and, of course, bodacious space pirates. Brought to life by Studio Madhouse, which, do they really need an introduction at this point? It isn't long after Tokyo's alien invasion that the existence of extraterrestrials is confirmed to the public.
Aliens exist.
The story shifts its focus to the small fictional town of Tenmo, where many strange things start to happen. We see these events mostly through the lens of Hajime Murata, a somewhat goofy but very observant middle school boy, whose protective instincts have him stumble into a galaxy-spanning, thousand-year-old secret involving the power of Shingu. To introduce that, let's rewind back to that apocalypse from earlier. The assault on Tokyo is framed as a silent but aggressive invasion with the enigmatic purpose of collecting information. Its mission is quickly interrupted by the Shingu, making its first entrance via a textbook soaring slam into grapple and subsequent beatdown. So, the show will focus on the Shingu combating aliens in macho fights, right? Well, yes, but not really. Many of the show's arcs are punctuated by climactic battles, but there is a massive focus on its characters, opting to spend a vast majority of its runtime defining character motivations and relationships in various scenarios. It even lampshades its bizarre approach to the genre by explaining that no one really cared all that much about the alien invasion.
And even though everyone always said that aliens don't exist, in the back of their minds, they figured they were out there somewhere. Why else would there be so many government cover-ups over the last few decades?
We're not talking about a pure slice of life, though. Beneath the wholesome facade, Shingu bears a deep and sinister side, one that is properly escalated the further into the series you get. The seeds of its underlying darkness are portrayed early in the show via secret meetings, dubious phrasings, and knowledge belied by fabricated aloofness. For those of you who cling to every phrase and try to guess the plot in advance, this story is among the most satisfying. In fact, there are tons of things the show explains with visuals alone, but before I get to that, I would be remiss not to mention just how wonderful this show looks. It's one of the last shows to be entirely done in traditional cell animation as opposed to digital. The softer, warmer colors and lines, together with some visual grain and noise, lend a really nostalgic feel to many of the show's backdrops and vistas. There's intelligent and beautiful framing of some scenes, and I honestly believe Shingu to be one of the more visually impressive shows I've watched from this era. Not just because of how beautiful it is, but also because of the intent behind some of its visuals. Much of this show's narrative clues are handed via visual cues, not just words. A haughty turn of the cheek, a dramatic stare down, hydrangeas in the rain. There is no such thing as looking too deep into Shingu. Let its imagery tell you the story. Dig into it, and maybe you'll find there's so much more to appreciate aside from what it tells you. Shingu is an eclectic mashup of sci-fi conventions. We have giant robots, alien invaders, kids with psychic powers, space diplomacy, and so much more. In spite of these action-prone devices, Shingu anchors itself in a more grounded world, opting to focus on the quiet developments of its characters' relationships as opposed to epic violence. If I had to compare it to any modern anime, I would probably point to Frieren, but even that isn't an apt comparison. While Frieren is locked in on a more muted vibe, punctuated by more frequent and bloodier conflicts, Shingu is very upbeat, cheerful, and often conflict-averse. If this sounds interesting at all to you, please watch this show, and if you do watch it, Please let me know what you think. If you have the means to make your own review about it, or art piece, or whatever. I really just want more people to know about it, and maybe this knowledge will extend some more appreciation to this sorely underappreciated gem.
Look at him! He's just casually eating a red hot pepper sandwich!
Anyways, that's all from me. Thank you bunches for watching, and I hope to see you wherever I go next.
Yeah, that's awesome.